With the success of Netflix's new show, Outlast, it isn't hard to draw comparisons between the survivalist show and the Hollywood blockbuster, The Hunger Games. The new competition show throws a mix of people together all out to win the same cash prize. While these reality TV stars weren't exactly fighting for their lives, it sometimes felt like do or die. Filmed on the Alaskan island of Chichago, Outlast parachuted in 16 contestants from across the United States who were told there was only one rule. While players could act and plot however they saw fit, the only way they could win was to be a part of one of 4 teams: Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. The players not only had to be on the lookout for grizzly bears, but they also had to make sure other players didn't backstab them. The game turned dirty quickly, as Team Alpha showed they weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. Outlast contestants were similar to Katniss Everdeen. Much like Katniss Everdeen, the contestants on Outlast were set against one another in a cruel game of physical and psychological torture. Both the movie and show had a game organizer who set up special drops that consisted of food, tasks, or equipment. Both were parachuted down as a beacon of hope. The game organizer had a clear plan of how they wanted each scene to play out. Both the characters and the contestants had to endure natural elements like frostbite, starvation, and even an animal attack or two. The dark side of the Outlast competition: the show and the movie respectfully had their own hero and villain complex. Team Alpha and Jill Ashlock became the outcast villains after stealing Delta Team's sleeping bags and bullying other players. At the same time, The Hunger Games has President Coriolanus Snow as their antagonist. Both games only have one rule: survive. Both, in their own way, show groups torturing other groups in hopes of surviving the next day. Similar to The Hunger Games having to deal with the backlash from worried parents, Outlast was also off-putting in its own way, as some would find it hard to watch the inhumane antics. The manipulation of players from both Outlast and The Hunger Games seemed to be the driving force behind the similarities. The unseen game master acted as a sinister puppeteer who tried their best to control the narrative of the game. Naturally, the bows and arrows were a good touch, even though Jill, the best archer in Kentucky, was no Katniss. The competition may have felt a bit too real for some viewers who, in that case, should stick to the movies for comfort.
Love in the modern world is fake when love was meant for joy too. When I find you, I realize that somehow we lie. Love in the modern world, it is fake when love was meant for joy. I know that he hurt you. Your 5 inches of heart is human. Can you be sure? No.